Welcome to NNPR, where the news is so fresh, we make it up. I'm Mick E. Mouth.
And I'm Davina Sindel, and we're here to present just the bare facts.
There has been a lot of talk lately about the amount of land and buildings sitting in inventory that you, the stretched taxpayer, own. In light of these great challenges for our supreme leaders and in all of their collective wisdom, they have decided to seek far and wide the greater wisdom of other people. After a worldwide trip in search of advisors, our esteemed supreme government, they found the three wise men called the Consultants. Their report will be delivered in the year 2021, just in time for pre-election banter.
Recently, there's been a lot of shaking in and around the district due to a series of minor earthquakes out in the Salish Sea and on Vancouver Island. So, this caused a lot of shaking within the machinations of our supreme government as the issue of the fire hall was brought back for discussion. Here to lay out the case and to give us their opinion is Fireman Fritz.
Wow, this is really a hot subject, but let me do my doggy best to describe what we are really talking about. So, this is our fire hall, and we have the fire trucks inside. Okay, now, as you all know, in an earthquake, the ground shakes, rattles, and rolls. And then after a lot of big shaking, the buildings start to collapse. Well, as the cookie crumbles, 15 million buckaroos can buy a lot of outside shelters for these trucks and accommodations for the firefighters on duty. I know I'm not a dog genie, but let's hear what the taxpayers think of the idea.
Okay, on to our next story.
As you know, our supreme government has entered into a long-term airport lease. For this next story, I have with me two stretched taxpayers who are going to talk about this 99-year lease.
Thank you, Mickey, for having us on.
Ethel, what are we doing here?
What do you mean, what are we doing here, Sammy?
What are we doing here?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
I'll tell you what I mean. Our supreme government gave this land to a private company for 99 years.
99 years?
Yeah, 99 years, and I'll be 159 years old when we get this land back.
Amazing. Can't wait to see you at 159.
Sammy, get serious. We may never see any money from this deal, and we'll all be a sack of bones lying in the ground when this deal comes to fruition.
Oh, I get it.
And because of climate change, the waters will rise right up to the airport lands, so passengers will be able to walk right into the ferries.
So clever. We'll never see whether this was good or bad for us, the taxpayer.
Thank you, stretched taxpayer, for this insight. How are the fiscally challenged taxpayers reacting to this? Interesting.
In local news, the following conversation amongst chickens has been overheard.
Esther, you're on the air.
Oops, sorry. Just finishing my yoga.
Say, I've heard that the Supreme Government is thinking to increase our numbers in the backyard coops. What a great idea. Now we're going to have an army against all those rats, bears, and cougars. Rocky the Rooster can wake up everyone, and the humans won't need alarm clocks anymore.
Let's hear from Pollyanna Jones, our local tour guide and staff reporter who will lead us on a discovery of Powell River's spectacular attractions, favorite tourist destinations, and naked wonders. This week, Pollyanna takes us for a walk along the beautiful Willingdon Beach Trail, which leads to the old golf course and site of our soon-to-be newest, state-of-the-art tourist destination.
Here we are on the Willingdon Beach Trail, heading to the proposed site of the splashdown tank and dive tower. The beach trail will be closed for a couple of years to bring the water pipe to the tower, but nobody seems to mind because they know the project will be the highlight of the community. We've arrived at the future site. You will be able to bungee dive off the tower and into the tank. Splashdown! Tourists are booking a year ahead of its opening. Imagine!
What are the anticipated costs?
What better way to use the town's last remaining waterfront? And with inflation, the cost of more than $100 million will be a great deal.
What is all that barking?
Oh, those are the neighborhood folks. They always bark. Could be too much noise, I guess, when big machines are running. We were told there will be a smell when too many people are diving in the tank on a hot, sunny day, stirring it all up. When the wind blows, the smell might get really bad. I just wish they would be happy and dive on board. Pardon the pun.
Well, on that sweet note, thanks, Pollyanna, for the tour, and I can't wait to try our new facility.
Powell River welcomes all new business ventures with open arms. Here is our exclusive interview with local up-and-coming entrepreneur, Jeremy Bogbottoms. Jeremy, I hear you have a business venture. What is it, and how did you come up with the idea?
I was weeding my garden the other day, and I noticed there were just as many snails as there were flower and vegetable plants.
What did you do next?
So, when I pitched the idea of deep-fried snails to a couple of restaurant owners I know, of course it was my brilliant idea to dip the snails in chocolate as a dessert option. Wow! Everybody loved it!
Well, this menu addition is selling like hotcakes, and Jeremy can barely keep up with the demand. In fact, just call 1-800-BOGBOTTOMS, and Jeremy will come to your house and root out the pesky little critters himself. Free! Don't forget to ask Jeremy for his newest recipe featuring snails covered in chocolate with marshmallows. Yep, snores. That's our naked news of Powell River.
Any coincidence in speech, acting, or visuals is purely coincidental and completely fake. It is in the mind of the creators of this show, where they have been isolating too long and have been watching the best of Canadian and American satire. We guarantee that this is the best of the fake news in and around town. See you next time at NNPR.